principles of estimation for MIMO or OFDM wireless communication. Okay, in that we mainly discuss about the multiple input, multiple output, and also orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. Okay, coming to today's session, the reliability of the maximum likelihood estimate. In that, we are count the number of sample required. This is A. Karthik, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Okay, coming to today's session, we have first of all we have to know the sample required in the maximum likelihood. Okay, for that we have to see in the previously we also find out the sample mean and also variance of the likelihood function. Okay, and also we find out the properties of maximum likelihood estimation, and also we seen the some of the variant maximum likelihood estimate. Okay, in that we seen the properties of maximum likelihood and also variance. Coming to mean, we have taken the average mean. Okay, in this reliability of the maximum likelihood, and we have taken the another simple examples. Then for we have to find out the reliability of the basical maximum likelihood function. From in that function we have to take in the estimation of the particular likelihood function. There we have to maximize the maximum likelihood. Here we can see the mainly we have find out the number of sample required for estimation. Okay, what are the number of samples we are required in this one? Then we can find out the capital in the maximum likelihood function. Here we taken the samples are number of observation. Where we have to take in the number of observation means we are taken the observation model. In the previous sessions also we discussed the number of observations. Here we are considering the observation y equal to h plus v. This is the observation. Okay, in that we are considering our number of observation means y of 1 equal to h plus v1, y2 equal to h plus v2, so on up to yn plus yn equal to h plus vn. Here this v1, v2, vn, those are the IID, independent identical distribution. Here we can find out the Gaussian of the distribution. Then we can achieve the a certain degree of the reliability in this maximum likelihood. Coming to in this maximum likelihood estimation, we are taking the h hat. What is the h hat? Here we can find out the estimation parameter. Estimated the parameter, that is the h hat, and also we can take in the h. This is the true parameter. This is the true parameter. This is decide the number of samples required in the maximum likelihood, and also we can take in the approach of the basically that involves the reliability, and we take in the some of the samples. Then only we can go with the some of the channel coefficient. Then we can consider the number of samples in that. And we know that what is a 0 and sigma square. This is a mean and also sigma square we are taken in the previously. For that we are having the some of the parameter having the sigma by 2 variance, and also that parameter considering the 0.999, or otherwise it consider the 99.9 percentage. Okay, this is the reliability. Okay, we are considering the that is a within the true parameter we go for the sigma by 2. Then the true parameter greater than the 0.999, or we can also known 99.99% in the reliability. Whenever we are called this notation, that probabilistic notation is basically we called reliability. And also we have the probability, and also it can be used to measure the reliabilities since the estimate h hat. Okay, this is the h hat is in the random nature. Okay, that estimation factor in the random nature. Then whenever we go for the probability, we have to measure, that is we can take the sample required in the maximum likelihood. Then we can go for the estimated parameter, and also we can take in the number of observations. Okay, that is a capital N. The number of observations, that is a capital N. Whenever you go for the observation that required such that estimation, it takes the h hat. H hat is the estimated parameter, estimated parameter within the distance. Okay, that is in the internal distance. If it is we're not in the without the in the within the radius, we go for the sigma by 2. Okay, within the radius we can go for the sigma by 2. That is called a true parameter. Whenever you go for the greater than the radius, we can call the reliability is 0.999, or also we can know the 99% 99 certainty. Okay, that is in the coming to reliability of the parameters in the maximum likelihood estimation. And also before that we have to know the, whenever we have to justify the parameters in the reliability, then we before that we have to go the maximum likelihood function. Whenever we get the maximum likelihood function, that is we have to maximize the likelihood function, then that is called maximum likelihood function. Okay, first of all we have to see the likelihood function. What is the likelihood function? There we having the distribution of the parameters. There we having the distribution of parameter, and also we can take the sum of the data by the maximizing the value, what is the called likelihood function. Okay, this likelihood function is largely based on the PDF. Okay, that function also it is based on the PDF. What is a PDF? Probability density function. Okay, for a given distribution. Okay, for example, if you go for the probability, for example, I consider this is a basket. Here we having the balls. Okay, here we having the red, white, green balls. Okay, red, white, green balls. Okay, in the basket I have to pick the one ball. Okay, for example, I pick the white ball. Okay, actually here we having the total 9 balls. Okay, here this is a 4, this is a 3 and 2. 4 red balls, 3 white balls and 2 green balls. Okay, for that what is the probability? Here we having a 3 for the white balls, the probability is a 3 by 9. For the red balls, the probability is a 4 by 9. For the green balls, the probability is a 2 by 9. Okay, here like that. Okay, for that we are having the sum of the function. What is the function? X of h comma x comma theta. Okay, this is a parameter. Okay, this is a samples. X is the samples. This theta is a parameter. Theta is the parameter. X is the samples. That is a random samples. Okay, whenever you have taken from the basket, you can pick the any ball. That is a random process. There we having the samples. Samples, what is that? X1 comma x2 comma x3, like that. Okay, like that we are taking the functionality. Like that here we are having the f of x comma theta 1 theta 2 up to theta k. That is in the parameter. Okay, here we considering the samples, that is in the random nature. Okay, that is called that largely based on the probability density function. That is a PDF. Whenever we have taken the distribution, then we can go with this functionality. Okay, we have the some distribution parameter, then we have to set the data. Okay, we have to take the data analysis, then we go for the likelihood function. From the likelihood function, we have to maximize the likelihood function, then we call the maximum likelihood function. Okay, there we having the estimation parameters from the observations. Okay, you can consider here this is it represents the 2 parameter distributions. Okay, this diagram it represents the 2 parameter distributions with the values of the parameters x and y's. Okay, here we having the axis x and y axis, and likelihood value is the z axis. Here we having the likelihood axis is the z axis. Okay, actually here we having the x and y axis. Those are the values of the parameters, and coming to z axis, that is a long likelihood values. Okay, here we have this graph is an example of the likelihood function surface plot for a 2 parameter distribution. Okay, that is for the 2 parameter. We are considering the 2 parameters for the distribution. Here we having the 3 axis, so x axis, y axis and z axis. Okay, and we have to take in the number of observations. First of all, we have to take the number of samples. Then we go for the number of observation, that denoted by capital N. that is denoted by capital N. Okay, for that we have taken the one graph that is in the probability density function PDF. Okay, here we are having the mean in the center, we are having the mean, that is a H, that is a H parameter. Okay, here this is the estimation parameter, this is the H parameter. For that we are having the variance sigma by 2, that is a variance sigma by 2, and also here we are having the variance, okay, in the positive region and negative region. Here we can call the H plus sigma by 2, here we can take the H minus sigma by 2. Okay, this is a estimation of the parameter. Okay, and also we have to take in the radius, sigma by 2 is the radius. Okay, here within the radius or greater than the radius, we have taken the H plus sigma by 2 and also H minus sigma by 2. Okay, here the certainty, the value, the reliability, here we having the reliability is a 99.9%, that is in the certainty. Okay, we have taken the this range, that is the reliability is a 99.9%, and also we have taken the vector. Okay, that is a error of the vector we have considering the x bar and y bar. Okay, like that here in the x parameter, that in the H parameter, that is a channel coefficient. For that we are having the some error function H hat minus H. This indicates the W, this is the error. Okay, here we having the probability of H hat minus H greater less than or equal to sigma by 2, that is a radiance, sigma by 2 equal to greater than or equal to, what is the reliability here we are consider 0.999, we are considering within the radius, this is the within the radius, within the radius, we are considering the within the radius, this is the probability. Then we can find out here probability equal to, we can also write outside of the radius, this is a within the radius, then we can go for the outside of the radius, means H hat minus H greater than or equal to sigma by 2, here we can consider less than or equal to 1 minus 0.9999. Okay, then we get the 0.0001. This is the outside of the radius. Okay, outside of the radius. Okay, here I consider the PDF, that is a distribution of the function probability density function. We are considering the parameters, and also we have taken the variance. Here the sigma by 2 is the radiance. In this one, there's a median value is the our mean. This is a mean. The median value is the mean. Here we are taken the outside of the radius, and within the radius, that is we are taken the radius is a sigma by 2. Okay, for that we are having the probability, that certainty we are having the 99.9%. Then we go with the probability. Then we are considering the estimated factor and the true parameter, estimated parameter and also true parameter. For that we are go for the probability mod H hat minus H less than or equal to sigma by 2 and greater than or equal to 0.999. This is for the within the radius. Coming to probability H hat minus H less than or equal to by sigma by 2, then we having greater than or equal to sigma by 2, then we get the less than or equal to 1 minus 0.999. This is also we can simplify 0.0001. This is for the outside of the radius. Then we are considering here within the radius and also outside of the radius. Then we can go for the estimated error. Okay, we go for the estimated error. In this we know that H hat minus H, that is indicated with the W. This is the estimated error. This is called estimated error. Then we are having the, this is a estimated parameter. This is a true parameter. And this W is the estimated error. Then we can go with the probability. We know that in the probability we are having the H hat minus H less than or equal to sigma by 2 greater than or equal to 0.999. This is in the within the radius. Then I substitute here W, that is an estimated error, that is a probability less than or equal to sigma by 2. We are considering the less than or equal to 0.0001. Just here consider. Then we can go with the mean value and variance. Then we can go with the h hat variance. Here we considering the variance and also mean value. Here we consider variance and mean value. For that we are taking the estimated h, estimated parameter, approximately the scripted n, that is a h comma sigma square by n. This is the mean and variance. This is we are taken from the previous session. We already find out. This is from the previous session. Okay. We already find out this mean and variance in the previous classes. Once go to the previous session, then you can understand easily. Then we can write the parameter vector w equal to h hat minus h, approximately that scripted n. We know that 0 by sigma square by n. Here we having the 0 is the mean and this is a variance. Okay, that is a mean and this is a variance. Okay, here first of all we know the h hat minus h equal to the estimated parameter, and also we are taking the difference of the true parameter equal to, we are considering the estimated error, that is the w. Okay, that is w. From that we can substitute the w value into the previous equation. We have the equation probability of h hat minus h less than or equal to sigma by 2. Then we are having the greater than or equal to 0.999. And also this is for within radius. We are considering the outside of the radius also. Okay, within the radius. We are considering the outside of the radius. There we having the probability h hat minus greater than or equal to sigma by 2 less than or equal to 0.1 minus 0.99. Then we get the 0.001. Then we are considering here the outside of the radius. Then we are having the sum of the variance and mean value from the estimated vector. We are having the mean is 0 and also variance is a sigma square by n. Okay, like that we are considering the probability that is a greater than 0.91, and that implies basically that realize that. Okay, and also we can take the probability that is within the radius. Then we go for the probability, the vector, estimated vector greater than or equal to sigma by 2 less than or equal to 0.001. Then we can write this, we can here divide the mod. Okay, that is a probability estimated vector greater than or equal to sigma by 2 plus probability the w estimated vector less than or equal to sigma by 2. Then we are having the 0 less than or equal to 0.001. Okay, here at divide the mod. Here we having the mod. Then we can divide the probability, the estimated error greater than or equal to sigma by 2 plus probability of the estimated vector less than or equal to sigma by 2. Okay, less than or equal to 0.001. Okay, from that we are introduce the some integral function here, that is integral sigma by 2 infinity. Then we can go for the probability density function. Okay, here we can go for the probability density function, that is a fw, the estimated vector dw plus estimation of the minus infinity to minus sigma by 2 fw w dw less than or equal to 0.0001. Okay, like that we are introduce the integration function here. Okay, from in this one we can go with the, here we taken the even function. Here we considering the even function. Then fw w equal to fw minus w. Then from in this one, then we can considering the both are equal. Then we consider the two integration of the sigma by 2 by minus sigma by 2 to infinity fw w d omega less than or equal to 0.001. 1. Here also we having the 0.01. Okay, from that we are considering the simply we can substitute the probability density function. Here we consider the probability density function, that is a PDF. What is a PDF? Here we can substitute. From that we can go with the previous session also we can take in the some of the under root 1 by under root sigma to 2 pi sigma square by n, and also we can take in the e power minus n omega square by 2 sigma square. That is from the previous section. Okay, like that here also we can write integration of the sigma by 2, then infinity 1 by under root 2 pi sigma square by n e power of minus n w square by 2 sigma square. Okay, this is from the previous section. This is from previous session. Less than or equal to 0.005. We can write like this. Then we can write here, we consider the computing purpose, we are taking the omega w square by sigma square by n equal to n w by sigma square. Also we can write this t square. Okay, once you remember this one, then we can use it into the further equations. Okay, and also we can write w equal to sigma by root n into t. Then we can go with the differentiation dw equal to sigma square by under root n dt. Okay, then we can write this equation with the integral. This is the n by 2 under root n by 2 infinity 1 by under root 2 pi sigma by root n sigma square by root n e power of minus t square. Here I substitute this value. Then we can having the sigma by root n dt less than or equal to 0.005. Okay, then we can cancel this one sigma by root n, and also we can cancel this sigma by root n. Then we can write the integration of the under root n by 2 to infinity. Then we can write the 1 by root 2 pi e power minus t square by 2 dt less than or equal to 0.005. We can write like this. This is a simplification of this probability density function, that is a PDF. Okay, for that I consider in the estimated vector w square by sigma square by root here this is a w square by sigma square by n. Okay, w square by sigma square by n. Then also we can write the nw by sigma square. Then we can also write t square. Then those values substitute into the w equal to sigma by root n t. Okay, and then we can go with the differentiation dw equal to sigma by root n into dt. Then we can also substitute those values into our required equation, that is integration of the under root n by 2 to infinity. Then we get the 1 by under root 2 pi sigma square by root n, that is in the e power of minus t by 2 into, okay, into sigma by root n into dt less than or equal to 0.005. Then here we cancel these two sigma by root n. Then we get the simplified equation, integration of the under root n by 2 to infinity 1 by root 2 pi e power of minus t square by 2 dt less than or equal to 0.005. Like that we are considering here. Then we can go with the probability density function of the Gaussian random variables. Probability density function of the Gaussian random variables. Here we considering the Gaussian random variables with the mean. We know that mean with the mean. What is a script n 0, 1? Okay, that is a script of n 0, 1. This is a mean. This is a mean, and this is a variance. Okay, in the previous sessions also we discussed we also find out the mean and also variance for the estimated parameter, and also noise. Okay, we can also find out for the estimated parameter, for that also noise from the observation model y equal to h plus v. From this equation we can find out the variance and also mean. There we having the zero mean and sigma square variance from the likelihood function, and also called maximum likelihood function. Okay, we from that we in this one we have taken the number of samples required, then only this maximum likelihood function of the reliability parameters will be satisfied. Then what is the number of samples required in the maximum likelihood function? For that we are considering the 0 and 1, that is a mean and variance. We have taken the probability density function with the Gaussian random variables. For that we are taking the q parameter q of x equal to, for that we are considering the q parameter q of x equal to, same we are taking in the from the previous equation. From the previous equation we are taking the under integration of x to infinity to 1 by root 2 pi e power minus t square by 2 dt. Okay, this is a q parameter q of in the probability density function q of x equal to integral x to infinity 1 by under root 2 pi e power minus t square dt. This is from the previous equation, and this is a Gaussian q parameter function. Gaussian q parameter. Okay, this is from the Gaussian q parameter q of x equal to integral x to infinity, that is 1 by root 2 by root 2 into pi e power minus t square by dt. Okay, here we can write probability, then we can go for the probability of function t, capital T greater than or equal to x. This is the Gaussian mean. This is the Gaussian mean. Gaussian mean. Here this t is the Gaussian mean. Okay, from the probability function, there we consider the q parameter. Then we have to take in the probability. Probability capital T greater than or equal to x. There we have in the Gaussian mean. Then we can consider the again Gaussian q parameter q. Okay, under root n by 2 less than or equal to 0.0005. Then we can having the under root n by 2 greater than or equal to q inverse. Okay, here we consider the q inverse into 0.0005. Okay, this is for this one. Then we can go with the n less than or equal to 2 q inverse 0.0005 whole square. From in this one equation, by simplifying the all the q parameter, then I substitute the x value is a root n by 2. Okay, then we can having the less than or equal to 0.005. Then we can take in the q is here we can multiply, then we can go with the 1 by q. We can also write q inverse. Okay, that same thing 0 then we can go with the 0.005. Then we can root 2, here we can in the both side we can take in the square, then we can get the n greater than or equal to 2. Here then that root 2 by n here we are multiply, then we can here denominator, then we can go with the numerator in the outside, then we can having the n greater than or equal to 2 q inverse 0.005 whole square. Okay, from in this one we can simplify whatever we having here, n greater than or equal to 2 q inverse 0.0005 whole square. Okay, from in this one we can get the value is a 6.054 observations. Okay, here we can consider the 0.654 observation, and also we can write n greater than or equal to 61. Okay, here we can also consider n greater than or equal to 61. This is the samples required. Okay, in the maximum likelihood estimation we are also taking the capital N value. Okay, from in this one we can get the samples in the reliability of the maximum likelihood function. First of all, we are considering the reliability parameter. There we having the 99.9% certainty. 99.9% certainty. Okay, there we having the 99% certainty and the reliability. When we are go with the probability density function, there we having the mean value h. Okay, the variance is the sigma square. The variance in the sigma square, here we having the h plus sigma square, h minus sigma square. From in this when we are considering the some reliability, that is a 99% reliability for in the maximum likelihood function. From that we can considering the number of samples in the maximum likelihood estimation, that is a n greater than or equal to 61 samples. And also we can take it from the approximation from the q function. Then we can write q of x equal to approximately 1 by 2 e power minus 1 by 2 x square. Okay, then we can go with the some approximation of the q function. Then we can write q of root n by 2 less than or equal to 0.0005. Then we having the approximately 1 by 2 e power minus 1 by 2 n by 4 less than or equal to 0.0005. That is in the approximately of the q function. This is the approximately of the q function. Then we can get the simplified equation n by 8 less than or equal to, here we having the natural logarithm, we having that 0.0001 from the 0.05. If from we have to take in the n by 8 less than or equal to natural logarithm we apply here, that is 0.001. Okay, then we can write the n, here we can write the n greater than or equal to minus 8 natural logarithm of 0.0001. Okay, and also we can write this one is a 73.68. We can also write 73.68. Then we can write the n approximately n greater than or equal to 74 samples. Okay, this is in the q function parameter. Okay, from in this one we can take in the both the observations. Okay, here we can take in the both the observations n greater than or equal to 61 and also n greater than or equal to 74, both the samples required into the maximum likelihood function. And in this one reliability of the maximum likelihood function, we are considering the another parameters, that is in the we are taking approximation, and also these approximation values whenever using the approximation for the q function, we are considering the here q function, that is in the we also employed in frequently. Then we have to take the close of the results. Close of the results means that sometimes we are get the under root n greater than or equal to 61 and n greater than or equal to 74. Both the case we are considering the q function, and also we have taken the some calculation of the reliability of the estimation. Okay, from in this one we are considering the n values. Okay, that is the number of samples required. From in this one we can go for the estimation of the maximum likelihood estimation, and also we are taking the some wireless sensor network, that is in the sensor node we keep in receiving the observations, that is in the previously. Okay, from the observation only we can compute the likelihood function. How we can compute the maximum likelihood function? For example, here I will again recall that information. Here we are taking the sensor node. This is a sensor node. We are considering the parameter. This is a parameter, that is the unknown parameter. Okay, this is the unknown parameter, we can call the h. We know that this is the unknown parameter. Okay, and also for this parameter that will automatically add the additive of the noise. Then we can write v, the observation equal to y equal to h plus v. We know it, y equal to h plus v. This is the function. This is a function, and this is the estimated parameter. Sorry, unknown parameter. Unknown parameter. This is the Gaussian noise. Okay, this is the Gaussian noise. Here we considering the Gaussian noise. From in this one we can take in the one observation model. This is a noise. This is called noisy observation. Noisy observation. We can call noisy observation. Here this is for the one parameter. We can also take in the number of parameters in the wireless sensor network, means we are considering the y1 equal to h plus v1, y2 equal to h plus v2. Okay, y3 equal to h plus v3 up to so on n equal to h plus vn, we are considering the multiple nodes. Then we can having the, this is a Gaussian noise, we can also called IID, that is a independent identical distribution. Okay, like that we are taking the estimation in the maximum likelihood function. There we having the mean and variance in the observation model. We can also compute the maximum likelihood function from the likelihood function. Okay, and we can take in the maximum likelihood when it is estimation is unbiased. When it is unbiased means we have the estimation parameter equal to the true parameter. When it is satisfied, we are considering the estimation parameter equal to h. Then this is called unbiased condition. Then the variance is a sigma by n. Here we considering the variance is a sigma by n. From the likelihood function, we can take in the maximum likelihood function, and also we can go with the some unbiased stage. There we can take in the estimation of the estimation parameter equal to the true parameter. This is an estimated parameter. Estimated parameter equal to true parameter. So true parameter. Okay, this is in the maximum likelihood function. There we can take in the multiple number of nodes. Then we can take the observation. Then we can compute that, and then we can go with the likelihood function. From the likelihood function, then we get the maximum likelihood function. Okay, clear? Here, first of all, we are taking the simple observation model in the wireless sensor network. Then we can take in the multiple observation models. From the multiple observation model, we are considering the likelihood function. From the likelihood function, we can go with the maximum likelihood function. Okay, that is also we discussed in the previous sessions. Then you can go through that session, then you can understand easily. Here in this session, we are mainly concentration on the reliability of the parameters of the maximum likelihood function, and also we are considering the number of samples. Okay, we also find out the number of samples required for the maximum likelihood function. That we discuss in this session. And also, if you go with the any not equal of the Gaussian is not equal, then we can go with the probability that exactly equal to the true parameter h is 0. Okay, that is a true parameter h equal to 0. The probability exactly matches. Okay, and also for that we are considering the number of samples required for that, approximately order to 60 to 70 samples that you require. 60 to 70 samples you require. Then although we can having the h is a random in nature. H is a random in nature. What is the h? H is a true parameter. H is a true parameter. H is a true parameter. And also we can consider in the here number of samples are one is a 61, one is a 74. Those are the two samples we are taken from the Gaussian Q parameter. That is a n greater than or equal to 61 and n greater than or equal to 74. We are taking the number of samples. Here you can also take in the approximately 60 to 70. Okay, then that true parameter is random in the previous module. In the number of sample increases. Okay, that is based on the variance and estimatively progressively of the decreasing. Some progressively the estimation factor also decreases. Then we can keep the samples and less closer. Okay, samples lies closer. Then we can go to lies closer means that is 60 to 70 means it will come for the 60 or 62 like closer, and also coming to 71, 72, 73 like closer into the samples in the when the estimated progressively increases. The estimated progress increases. The sample also keep lies closely to the our random of the samples. Approximately we are taken in the maximum likelihood function. This is in the reliability parameters. Then we can see the some whenever you consider samples like close to the true parameter, then it keep increasing. Okay, whenever the sample lies close to that, we increase the true parameter. What is the true parameter? H. We keep increasing in the probability. Then we can also we have the used this property, and we can calculate the characterization, and also we can see the number of samples required to the achieve certain degree of reliability. What is this in this session? What we taken the reliability, certain reliability function, that is a 99.9%. We are taking the reliability. Okay, in this one we are taking the 99.9% reliability of the maximum likelihood estimation. And also we can go with the example, but that is it can relates the capital N. Okay, then we are mainly in this one we are taking the capital N number of samples required. Okay, we are taking the number of samples required, that is considering the reliability of the maximum likelihood estimation. Okay, in this mainly whenever you go for the observation model, there we having the multiple nodes. Okay, that is whenever considering the each one technology, that is a wireless sensor network we are considering here, there we having the one node observation and also multiple node observation. There we having the some channel coefficient. For example, if you are considering the transmitter and receiver, here we having the transmitter and receiver. What will happen here? We having the transmitter pilot symbols, transmitter pilot symbols. Okay, we can see in the next session what is the pilot symbols required for the wireless fading estimation. Okay, here we can also take in the received pilot symbol. Okay, the received pilot symbols we also consider. Okay, in every transmission receiver we having the one antenna. This is a transmitted antenna and this is the receiver antenna. Here we considering receiver antenna. In between transmitter and receiver, we are having the channel. Okay, every communication you need any medium, that is a channel. Okay, if you go with the any communication, okay, that is oral communication or a digital communication or any communication, you need one channel, that is a medium. Okay, there we having the channel, that is a h, the coefficient is a h. Here we consider, then we can write this one. We are considering the output. What is output? Y. Here the output is y, here the input is x. Y equal to h plus x of k. Okay, and also we are having the noise. In this one we are having the noise, that is represented with the v. Okay, here we can considering the one observation in the in this communication. In this communication I consider the only one observation. If you go with the multiple transmitter symbols, what will happen? Here we can consider x1 comma x2 comma x3 comma x4. This is the transmitted symbols. Okay, this is the transmitted symbols in the communication. Just I consider 4 transmitted symbols. Transmitted symbols. Okay, here and again we take in the corresponding pilot symbols, y1, y2, y3, y4. Okay, that is the received symbols. Received symbols. Okay, for that also we are having the vectors that we'll see in the next session. Okay, up to now mainly we concentration on the reliability of the maximum likelihood estimation. There we having the number of samples required in the likelihood function and also function of the particular samples required in the Q function, that is based on the probability density function, that is a PDF. Okay, in that mainly we can take in the some reliability of the parameters. What are the reliability? That is based on the some certainty levels of the progressive, certain levels of the progressive, that is the we are considering in this one 99.9%. Okay, in the previously we are go with the some of the variance based on the mean. Okay, here mainly we consider in the 0 and sigma square, that is the h, and we are considering the h comma sigma square. This is a mean and also variance we are considering for this maximum likelihood. And also the based on the maximum likelihood that we having the some characterization and number of samples required to achieve this reliability, that is in the our sample communication we are considering for that wireless sensor network. In that we are having the this transmitter and receiver, that will also we can see in the next session the different transmitted symbols and also different corresponding received symbols. And also for that we are having the transmitted vector and received vector. From in that we can find out the our channel coefficient, that is h. Okay, there any communication we have to find out the observation of the unknown parameter, observation of the unknown parameter. Okay, and the coming to probability, what will happen, they will having the prediction output, they will having the prediction output. Coming to in this one we don't have any prediction output, we have to mention the our observation parameter. Okay, that is our likelihood function estimation are also called. Also we are having the maximum likelihood estimation. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.